Hey guys, welcome to this week's recap of The Amazing Race.
Episode 4!
Woo! Okay, last week, Josh and Tanner hatched this plan to get Justin and Diana U-turned.
They said, we are putting a bounty on their heads. Whoever does it gets the express pass.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna burn it and give it to you.
Yeah, so they told, like, pretty much everybody about this plan. And Justin and Diana know that, like, whoa, we could get U-turned this leg.
They were definitely targeting the newsies, though. We were like, we want you to have the express pass.
Yeah, because they were very close.
Right. So they're going from Argentina to Zambia.
Oh, they're going to Africa.
Love it. So there are only 2 flights
That they're allowed to take.
Right.
The first flight,
They're 15 minutes apart.
First
so it's
flight,
not a big deal.
4 teams.
Tanner and Josh, Justin and Diana, the trackies and the newsies.
Oh boy. So second flight, like you said, 15 minutes later, paparazzos, the mother and son, the doctors, and the cheerleaders.
All right. So when you get to Zambia, they have a little something called the welcome ceremony.
Yeah, you go in there, everybody's like singing and dancing on the side.
Hey, oh, hey, oh.
Then you go up to the one lady, she takes a little drink,
Takes
and then
a swig.
somebody tells her a funny joke and she just spits it out at you.
Oh! Oh! I think it was fixed, though. Some people were getting it in the face, some people were not.
Some people were like, some people were like,
Yeah.
so maybe they just looked at your face and were like, you know what? You're getting it to the face.
Let me just say, how beautiful was Africa?
It was gorgeous, amazing.
Oh, God.
I would love to go there.
All the animals walking around with, like, you know, no masters. Just like, hey,
Yeah.
baboons over here, elephants crossing the road over here
Pretty
with
cool.
a mouthful of salad.
What?
It was just crazy.
All right, next up, it was the roadblock. They had to go to the aerodrome.
Who wants to rise above the smoke that thunders?
I do. Oh my God, it looks so cool. So for this one person from each team had to go on this like motorized.
Hang glider airplane.
It was like a hang glider motorcycle.
Okay.
It was like Hagrid.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It was really scary.
It was awesome.
And as you flew over where you were going, you had to find a clue.
Can we just talk about that waterfall they were flying over?
That was amazing.
And double rainbows for days.
Yeah. So Tanner and Josh decided we're going to burn the express pass.
Yeah, this was all part of their plan to U-turn Team Green because they were like, we're going to blow through this, we're going to be the first ones there, and we're going to U-turn them.
So they had to go straight to Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls. But we'll get there. All right, so the newsies and Justin and Diana, they went into a little bit of a secret alliance.
Yeah, Justin and the anchor were sitting there while the ladies were doing the task, and they were just like, hey, so I hear you might get U-turned. And Justin was like, yo, we should form an alliance. Let's do this. And the news guy was just like,
of course, okay. I don't have a soul. I'm sorry, these two will lie, cheat, steal, kill to win.
I don't really remember seasons past where like people would make alliances with like conflicting teams, you know?
Never.
I feel like I don't remember that.
No.
It's kind of like a new element to the game, I think, to make all these crazy alliances. Because, I mean, we've seen alliances before, obviously.
Right.
But I feel like people were not in these conflicting alliances.
Right. All right, so...
What do you guys think about that? I want to know. Leave it in the comments.
I think it's crappy. I think you should just do your own race and, like, not get involved in the politics.
All right.
It cheapens it.
So, as they were doing this roadblock, they had to find this race flag that was on a suspension bridge.
Right. Everybody pretty much found it.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty big flag.
Yeah. So...
I think the guy was like, hey, look down there.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
All right, so Tanner and Josh, they're feeling a little bit uneasy right now because they're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, they get to Zimbabwe, they got to get their passports stamped, and they're slowing down.
Yeah.
Big time with that traffic.
What happened to the trackies, too? It seemed like they crossed over into Zimbabwe and they didn't, like, go on the bridge, because I think they were going to go on it from the other side, but then the guy didn't know how to get there, so they had to, like, go back, and...
It was kind of a mess for them.
Yeah. They finally ended up, after you found out that you were supposed to get to the bridge and get the clue on it, that you have to go to Shoestrings Lodge.
Right.
Which is like backpacker, overnight stay, hostel place.
Okay, so they get there during the day. The next task doesn't start until the morning, so they have to check in.
There's staggered check-in times.
First one is at 8 a.m.
First two, I think, were at 8 a.m.
Right.
And then like 8:10 and then 8:20.
Yeah, so Josh and Tanner are the first ones to get there, even with the traffic and everything. But guess what? Justin and Diana were the second team, so they had the same time as them.
Oh, snap! You wasted it!
They did waste it.
They're wasted. Alright, so that sucks. And they wanted to cry about that in private.
Yeah, so then they're getting ready to leave this Shoestrings Lodge, and Justin and Diana and Tanner and Josh are talking, and they're like, well, you want to, like, make a truce or whatever? Like, I'm not going to U-turn you.
Yeah, I guess, since I'm screwed.
So they
make a truce.
They agree to the deal, but both teams were still like, I don't know, we'll see when we get there.
Tanner and Josh were like, no way. Next time there's a U-turn, they're going down.
That's what they said about
they're
this
going
one,
down
too.
for real.
All right, next it's time for the detour.
All right, so it's either wood or croquet. The wood one I would have picked because I love this. I have some of these in smaller versions from Africa. They're beautiful.
These beautiful, handcrafted, wooden carved animals.
The big five, I guess it's like, you know, giraffe and elephant and lion and hippopotamus or rhinoceros, whatever.
We don't know who the big five are.
No, I don't. All right, so you had to stain it. They were already carved. You had to stain it. You had to wait for the stain to dry.
And you had to polish it.
Right. So it was pretty much split.
And they were using a toothbrush on,
Right.
you know, for the staining.
Well, Chack Attack, Paps, and the Cheers and the Trackies all did that one. The other one was croquet. I never would have picked that one, even though in retrospect it was a lot easier. Because...
If you're good at that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you're coordinated
You had
enough.
to score 5 points against, like, their local player.
Right.
The other teams did that. Whoever we didn't say did wood.
Okay.
And they all finished relatively quickly.
Well, that's what it looked like anyway.
Well, I mean, they checked in before the other ones, so... So, the pit stop and U-turn. I'm a little surprised that they put the U-turn at the pit stop.
Well, I guess it makes sense knowing what we know, but we'll get there. So, the pit stop was at the Rose of Charity Orphanage, which, oh my god.
All those kids.
So sweet.
Adorable.
And Phil demanded everyone better freaking make a donation when they get there.
Which kind of sucks because it's like, if they had their own money, they'd probably give more.
Well, maybe now they know about this place, maybe they'll give more.
I'm sure
after
they'll
the
email
race.
it. Alright. So Justin and Diana checked in first. What?
Yeah.
0 to hero. And they didn't win anything, though, because they're still racing.
Oh my gosh! I love when Phil does that. He just pulls out the next clue out of that
Still
back
racing,
pocket.
chumps. Get out.
Yeah.
And Josh and Tanner pulled in second.
Ooh.
But they have to give up their express pass right then and there on the mat and say to Phil, who are you giving it to?
They were just like,
Can we think about this? No, we need it right now. So...
Was that supposed to be Phil?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is my Australian. No!
I don't think he's Australian.
I think he...
Is not Australian.
He's not Australian.
But before we could get an answer from Josh and Tanner, boom, to be continued.
Ouch. I was just getting into that episode too, and then all of a sudden that hour went by just like that.
It did.
So next time, oh my god, I guess they're staying in Africa because they're walking with lions, swimming around with alligators.
Jumping off of bridges. Whoa. It looks like it's going to be a really exciting episode.
So let us know what you thought in the comments. Which detour would you have taken? I would have sadly taken wood.
I don't know. I think either way.
All right, till next time.
Much love.
Edit.